And welcome to Yoga Nidra, everyone. This week, we're going to start out where I invite you to take whatever movement feels good in your body. Then we're going to observe sensation before we settle in with our intention, explore a safe place. Then we'll do alternate nostril breathing. Again, we won't use our hands. We're just going to visualize that alternate nostril breathing. And then we're going to do something where, again, there's a lot of breath in tonight's practice, and my intention for that is because we're eventually going to move into the energy centers called the chakras. So after we do the alternate nostril breath, we're going to do a breath awareness in the body, where we'll direct the breath to different parts of the body. Then we'll move into an exploration of the 7 energy centers, also known as the chakras. And then we'll close out the meditation. So tonight's meditation may be a little bit longer than usual. So if you fall asleep, that's perfectly normal. I invite you to settle into whatever position feels comfortable for you for this evening. If you want to grab a blanket or an eye pillow to be even more comfortable, please do so. And then I invite you to just take whatever movement you feel would be helpful right now. Maybe it's just stretching the arms up overhead, stretching the legs out in front of you, pointing the toes, and stretch, 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 stretch. And then exhale, release that all, noticing the sensation as it flows into the body after that stretch. And we're going to do that 2 more times. We're going to inhale. Stretch, 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 stretch. Hold. And then exhale. Release that down. And then the last time, inhale. Stretch, 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 stretch. Exhale, letting go completely. Allowing the arms to come down by the sides, the legs in a comfortable position. And then take one last breath in, releasing any tension that may be held in the belly with the outgoing breath. Feel a blanket of heaviness washing over the face, the arms. Notice the weight of the spine, the legs, the whole body, settling in, getting ready for tonight's relaxation practice. Now I invite you to bring your attention to the face. With your next exhalation, allow all expression to drop from the face, releasing the tiny muscles around the eyes, allowing the eyeballs to rest back in their sockets, releasing the tiny muscles around the mouth, noticing the tongue resting in the mouth, the lower jaw gently opening, softening. Allow the cheeks to soften. Notice the scalp resting on the skull, the neck softening, easing. Simply be available to the entire range of sensations in the face and head. Now, I invite you to drop into a sense of the whole bodily presence. Embrace this present moment's experience, undistorted by what you like or don't like. Let go of what is going, let come that which is coming. This becomes your connection to Source. If you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes and quiet your mind. Be still. Let go of all thoughts, worry, and tension. Give yourself fully to a higher power. Relax, trust, and let go. Breathe in fully and exhale with a deep sigh. Ah. And again, breathe in fully and exhale audibly with an even deeper sigh. Feel a deep sense of contentment and peace in your heart. Now I invite you to bring an intention into your awareness in the form of words, images, or as a felt sense. If you are unclear about an intention, just see what appears in your field of awareness. And then whatever shows up, repeat that to yourself silently 3 times. Now I invite you to feel yourself in a place where you like to be. A place where you may feel peaceful and calm, relaxed and quiet. No concerns about the future or past. Simply an overwhelming experience of the rightness of things. Perhaps you envision sitting on a beach, watching waves meet the shore, the scent of salt air, the sound of seagulls. Or maybe you prefer a green forest with tall trees, a meadow with the smell of wildflowers, a trickling stream. Whatever image arises, whether it's outdoors in a place of nature or indoors where you feel comfortable and safe, trust whatever image arises in your awareness. And then as you imagine this place, take it all in, look around, and see if you can find a comfortable spot that would hold your shape nicely. Perhaps it's a hollow in the sand, a soft bed of moss, a comfy pillow. Whatever it is, allow your body to surrender completely into this space. Surrender the weight of your body, feeling completely supported. No effort or need to hold yourself up. Breathe in the scent, the sight, the sounds of this place. Notice the colors, the textures, any sensations that arise. Allow the whole experience to permeate your entire being, absorbed into each and every cell with each breath in and each breath out. Feeling through bodily sensations what it is to be safe and at peace, surrounded, protected in this place where you may deeply rest. Feel how restful and calm you feel, feeling more content, relaxed, grounded. Know that you may return to this safe place anytime that you want or need to. Feel yourself descending down into the stillness beneath the mind. All excess tension and holding carried out with each exhaling breath. Enter the deepest state of letting go right now. Feel what is present without labels or comments. Feeling more, thinking less. Feel your outward attention moving inward. Release any struggle to make anything happen. Feel yourself held in absolute stillness, a deep sense of stillness, expanding everywhere. Relax. Relax completely. As we enter this next phase of the practice, try to remain as motionless as possible. If you need to move or make an adjustment, do so mindfully and return to stillness as soon as you are able. Resolve to remain awake, staying in touch with the sound of my voice. Allow your entire body to respond to my words directly and non-mentally. Allow any disturbances, external or internal, to draw you more deeply within. In Yoga Nidra, you enter a subconscious energetic field. Allow your mind to merge and melt into the energy body and go beyond the boundaries of body and mind. Now shift from thinking and doing to feeling and being. Do absolutely nothing from now on. Simply relax. Drop into the deepest state of tranquility, stillness, and peace in the area of the third eye. Now, your consciousness is in direct communion with your energy body. I invite you to bring your attention to the flow of breath, specifically the breath as it naturally moves through both nostrils. See the breath as two separate streams rising and falling. No effort to change or control the breath, simply watching its natural flow. Now I invite you to bring your attention to the breath moving through the right nostril, inhaling and exhaling through the right nostril, sensing the warmth of the breath as it passes through the right nostril. Continue for the next few breaths, breathing in and out through the right nostril. Now I invite you to bring your attention to the breath moving through the left nostril. Inhaling and exhaling through the left nostril. Sensing the coolness of the breath in the left nostril. Continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling through the left nostril. Now we'll begin to visualize breathing through alternate nostrils. On your next inhalation, breathe in through the right nostril and exhale through the left. Then inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhaling through the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. No effort or doing on your part. Simply continue alternating the breath through each nostril. Inhaling one, exhaling from the opposite. Continue this on your own. As you do this, perhaps you sense a subtle coolness in the left nostril, a warmth in the right nostril as you continue to breathe. Now I invite you to allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm, simply witnessing the breath as it flows equally through both nostrils. Breath, breathing itself, sun and moon, yin and yang, restored to harmony and balance. Right and left brain becoming one synchronized, unified whole, merging into oneness. Still, empty, open. Allow attention to naturally rest in the center between the eyebrows at the third eye, magnetically drawing attention and energy inward. Drop into that silent space where all doing stops. Experience silence extending everywhere. Enter an effortless state of being. Now I invite you to bring your awareness back to the breath, specifically the breath as it's felt in the nostrils. Sense the movement and stillness, the coolness and warmth, or whatever is present. Devote your attention to the range of sensations derived from the breath moving through the nostrils. With your next inhalation, allow attention to follow the flow of breath into the nostrils, back into the sinus cavities, and down the back of the throat. From here, attention curls forward into the mouth to experience the roof of the mouth, the teeth, the gums, the lips, feeling all the experiences as a loosely held field of energy, a nebulous cloud of ever-changing sensations. Exhale and allow attention to move forward and outside of the mouth as it broadens upward to include the upper lip, the nose, cheeks. Allow attention to travel to the eyes, forehead, temples, feeling the sensations in the scalp and down the back of the head. Resting here, relax and feel the various sensations present in the entire head. Notice how this mini galaxy of sensations arises in an unbounded space, effortlessly present to all that is within it. Slowly inhale and softly guide attention to the pit of the throat. Simply relax into the experience present at the pit of the throat. Allow attention to flow outward along the collarbones, to the shoulders, and down along the arms, wrist, palms, and fingers. Simply remain relaxed and receptive to what is, whether that is something or nothing. Allow focus to broaden to include the torso, down to the bowl of the pelvis, behind the pubic bone in the front, to the sacrum in the back. Feeling the sensations and spaciousness present at the front of the hip creases, the buttocks, the area of the groins, and everywhere in and around the pelvic girdle. Allow attention to fill the thighs, knees, shins, ankles, feet, the entire lower body, pelvis, legs, and feet bathed in awareness. Now allow a blanket of attention to cover the feet, ankles, and shins, thighs, and hips. A blanket of attention covering the belly, chest, arms, and head. Breathe and experience the entirety of the body. Every sensation in every cell felt simultaneously and equally. Notice how this experience, the experience of the entire body, is happening in a vast, boundless field of evenly hovering awareness. Relax as the space, boundless and free. Just be. Now follow my guidance to restore connection between energy and consciousness, listening directly through the energy body. I invite you to place your attention to the area of the root chakra, located at the base of the spine, down the legs into the feet, and feel this area begin to glow and pulse. Feel the earthly dense quality of this chakra. Allow this grounding to be a foundation for awakening into higher centers of consciousness. Tendencies of the conditioned past, moving energies down and out, now freed to move inward and upward toward liberation. Energy rising through the feet, the legs, the base of the spine, and up through the central energy channel, nourishing and awakening the higher centers of consciousness. Now I invite you to bring your attention to the second chakra, located in the area of the pelvis, the area of the reproduction organs in the sacral nerve plexus. Feel this area begin to pulse and glow, allowing divine energy to nourish reproductive functions and sensuality. Build energy that is drained in many different forms, turning it inward and upward for liberation. Now moving up further, bring your total attention to the third chakra, located just above the navel, the solar plexus of nerves that nourishes and nurtures digestive fire. Feel this area beginning to pulse and glow, radiating heat. Replace unconscious forces guiding your action with the conscious power of your will to serve the heart and higher centers. Integrated intention transmuting unconscious forces into deliberate action. Feel that you are now free of all limitations. Your inner core feels vital, strong, and connected to Source. You lack absolutely nothing as you step into the next integrated state of being. Now, breathe into the heart center. Feel the area in the middle of the chest beginning to pulse and glow. Feel your heart center being awakened, liberated from all stress-producing interactions with yourself and others, unconditionally present and open. Recognize you are the eternal, timeless being manifesting through the heart center. Just feel your body is full of light, every cell in your body flooded by the light of consciousness, expanding beyond the body. Now moving into the area of the throat. Feel this area begin to pulse and glow. Let go of all fear, dependency, and control that limits your full expression. Enter into the expansiveness of the throat chakra, where you are free from all inhibitions and limitations. Feel a new sense of relief and openness in the area of the throat, reclaiming your voice of wisdom. Now, I invite you to direct your attention to the center between the eyebrows, the third eye, feeling the area begin to glow and pulse. Allow the magnetic pull to draw attention more fully inward, returning into the self-balancing state of being. Releasing the perception of duality into one of unity. Enter into this sense of oneness beneath polarity. Find yourself completely at peace with yourself as you are and the world just the way it is. And then finally, I invite you, now that you've cleansed the entire inner body, to enter the mind and heart restored in communion with consciousness. Allow yourself to melt into complete oneness and bliss in the highest center, the 1,000-petaled lotus at the crown of the head, the whole body surrounded and permeated by light, all boundaries and illusion of separateness disappearing. Dissolve into the omnipresent field of consciousness, the seat of silence. You are omnipresent light. Now I invite you to direct your attention back to the center between the eyebrows and drop into the deepest level of relaxation. Feel completely safe and comfortable as you hand yourself over to the power and protection of presence. Feel it, experience it, be it. Allow your mind to merge and melt into this presence and enter the sanctuary of silence. Remain empty and free from all doing. Feel yourself as time-transcendent presence right now. Here, your intention and your affirmations are actualized and fulfilled with effortless ease. If you have an intention, I invite you to bring it back into your awareness 3 times in the form of words, images, or as a felt sense. If you do not have an intention, just remain silent and allow Spirit, who knows what is best, to bring it forward for you. Allow this intention to go to the deepest levels of recognition with no hesitation. Know that your higher self recognizes, honors, and accepts this intention. Have faith and trust that it has been heard and is being acted upon by the higher power of the source within you. There is no need for you to do anything about it. I invite you to direct your attention back to the center between the eyebrows and feel all the energies of your body from all meridians activated, purified, and balanced. All channels are open and the life force is flowing freely, healing the body and calming the mind. Open your heart and feel content. Just experience. Allow your entire self to respond spontaneously and effortlessly to what I next say. I respond to each moment with calm, clarity, and conviction. I automatically attract the highest and best to myself. I trust an abundant universe to fulfill my needs. I drop all anxiety and fear and replace it with faith and trust. I feel the love, light, and grace that has always surrounded me. Establish yourself firmly in faith and trust to receive the grace, protection, and guidance of the highest self within you. The more often you go to your source, the easier it will be to return there and the longer you may stay there. Feel the presence of your own spiritual guides surrounding you and blessing you. Accept their blessing and grace, embody it, and spread it wherever you go. Now you have prepared the base from where you may carry out interactions with life and interpersonal relationships with the integral power of love and the source within. You are the emissary of light and love. Carry it everywhere you go and to everyone you meet. If you have an area that you feel needs healing, physical, mental, or emotional, allow this light and love to flow into that area now. Now begin to become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. Slowly feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. Sense the body resting on whatever surface it's on, the quality of the air as it touches the skin. Gradually, you can move as if you are waking from a restful sleep. Keeping your eyes closed, you may want to bend your knees if you're lying down, drawing them closer to your chest, perhaps rocking sideways gently. Take your time, do not hurry. And then again, if you're lying down and you want to turn over onto one side, curling up into a little ball to feel safe and comfortable. One more time before we get up, I invite you to bring your intention into your awareness. Repeat it silently to yourself just once, changing nothing. Know that every time you find yourself in reaction, you are empowered to replace it with an intention. Keeping your eyes closed, you may gradually move and begin to sit up. Continue to stay deep in this deep inner experience. Regardless of what you consciously recognize that has or has not changed, know that something deep within has shifted to connect you with your intention. Become aware of your body and bring a deep sense of peace and contentment with you as you bring attention back into the body. Notice how relaxed the body is, how soft the breath is, how silent the mind is, how quiet the heartbeat is. Be still and be grateful. Know that you may easily return here again and again. If you feel ready, you may gradually open your eyes. Tonight's practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete, and I thank you for joining me this evening.